you're joining us again, having reviewed the other 2 rows videos that we've got out there, the first on just kind of the introduction to the rows, and the second 2 applications of the rows according to Joachim Meyer for the longsword, published 1570, I believe. So this time we're actually going to talk about yet another source. A lot of people know it as Egenolf, Christian Egenolf, who published 1530, 40, 50, somewhere in there. I think he had multiple publishings, but a lot of that material, as I'm finding out, is actually coming from an earlier source published by Andre Paurenfeindt in Vienna in the earlier 16th century, so 1520-ish. Anyway, so history lesson aside, so it comes from that time period, and the reason this is relevant is in the early section from Paurenfeindt that talks about Zorn, or the wrath section. So he cribs Liechtenauer like a lot of the other sources do. And in the section where he talks about Zorn, he gives a couple of different sequences, and we're going to show 3 of them here today. So the first one is called Fluegel, or wing. The second one is called Cron, or crown. And the third is called Feler, or we still translate it as Feler, but you could also translate it as Feint. And so we're going to go through 3 sequences, which we're going to talk about in just a moment. All right, now the thing about these 3 sequences, again, there's blade work that's involved as well as footwork. I'm actually going to start talking about the blade work because I think that's sort of easier to conceptualize and to see visually. So you've already seen the sequences hopefully, but again, the crown sequence basically starts with Zorn and then coming around and coming underneath with basically a sphere kind of motion. So from here to here, and then finishes again with just an Oberhand, a high cut. So the difference with that was the Fluegel, the wing. The crown starts the same way, Zorn, but this time actually comes around and comes from above at this angle, okay? So, and then finishes the same way. So that's the crown bit. The final one is the Feler, and I think there are different types of Felers, but I think this one is associated also with what they call the shortcut, the Zornhau, and it looks kind of like this. So you basically come here, but if they give an opportunity to go to the other side, you simply push that pommel and snap to the other side. So, of course, that depends on the footwork as well, but in terms of just the blade actions, so here's Fluegel from Zorn, so here, Fluegel, here, crown or Cron, and then here, Feler. So basically, the crown and the Feler bit, same basic blade work, just the footwork's going to be a little bit different as well as the tactical application. So we'll talk about the footwork next. All right, so the other critical bit for the sequences that you've seen is obviously the footwork. And so I want to talk about, I think, a very potentially important interpretive insight from looking at these sequences. So I have to say personally, it's taken me years to really get to a point where I can make any sense of Egenolf or Paurenfeindt, whatever you want to call it. These sequences are tough to figure out, and I think one of the real key insights that helped me break through, not that it's necessarily right, but it's the best that we have right now. And I think if you look, once you look at the text and you look at the techniques, they line up very, very well, and they never lined up anywhere close to that before. So the one big insight that really made the difference was which direction to step. So I'm going to have my lovely assistant Heidi here come on over, and she's going to be my opponent. And so the big deal is this, right? So all of these sequences basically start with me doing a Zorn, cut from here. And once you read the text, one of the things it says is that I'm going to step on my left side. And I think most people naturally assume that from here, if I'm going to step on my left side, I'm going to step to her right. Okay, that's a very natural thing to assume. But is that the only thing that can happen? And I think the answer is no. So if you go here, there's no reason, if I step on my left side, that it has to be on her right. It could be to her left as well. And I think there are a lot of reasons potentially to do that. You're seeing, a few examples of that as part of the sequences. So this I think is key, and I think this is one of those things that we should be thinking about as a community. Does this have merit? What does it mean if you can do this? And so on and so forth. So what we're talking about is from here to here, as opposed to here. Okay. So So if we make this a standard approach, then, once you've done the first two sequences, you set up that sort of approach, and it makes the feint that much more effective once they're expecting that sort of footwork. So that's all there is, right? Enjoy.